Okay, so November, right?
Yeah,
It's here, like
yeah,
officially.
it is.
Days are getting shorter, it's getting colder,
Yeah.
and I don't know about you, but I'm already basically living in sweatpants.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweater weather is here.
But I feel like there's this whole other thing going on too, besides just like, pumpkin spice lattes.
Right.
In nature, things are kind of winding down, right?
Yeah.
Like it's getting quieter outside.
Definitely.
And I feel like we have this like almost like this ancient pull to kind of turn inward a little bit too, like hibernate a little.
Right.
So that's what I kind of want to talk about today.
Makes sense.
Is like, what is our inner animal doing while the bears are outside actually,
Yeah, exactly.
getting ready for their long winter nap?
I like that.
So to deep dive into this whole idea, I want to look at this deck that I love, Selves in a Box by Jay Tamar Stone. Have you seen this one?
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's so good.
Really interesting.
It's all about the many different selves that we hold within,
Right.
right?
Uh-huh.
And there's this one card, it's called the Animal Self card. And I feel like that one's really calling to me right now, this time of year especially.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So basically, this card, it represents that really instinctual part of ourselves.
Yeah.
That gut feeling, that like really physical presence that we have that I think a lot of times, like in our busy,
Our lives.
everyday lives, exactly, we kind of drown it out with like all the thinking and the planning.
Right, right. Yeah, it's that raw instinctual energy that we all have inside us.
Yeah, exactly. And so the interesting thing that the deck points out is that this animal self, it could be like a creature of the sea, it could be a land animal, it could even be something that, flies.
Oh, interesting.
It just depends, I think, on what it is that we need to kind of tap into at that moment.
That's cool. Reminds me of the whole idea of animal medicine.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Tell me about that.
So you see this in a lot of different cultures and spiritual traditions.
Yeah.
Where different animals are believed to possess certain strengths or energies
Okay.
that we can call on for support or guidance. Almost like each animal has its own unique medicine to offer.
Yeah. Okay, so like what would be an example of that? Like how
Sure, yeah.
how does that work?
So like, let's say you're facing a situation that requires like a fresh perspective, right?
Yep.
You need to see the bigger picture. You might look to the hawk,
Okay.
known for its incredible vision soaring high above.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or you're dealing with a lot of change, things feel uncertain.
Right.
You might find guidance from a creature like the dolphin.
Okay.
Fluid, adaptable, moving with the currents of the ocean.
That's so cool.
And then, conversely, if you're feeling scattered or overwhelmed,
Right.
you might need to ground yourself like a bear.
Right, right. Get your roots down.
Exactly.
Hmm.
It's really about, recognizing which animal's energy can best serve you in that moment.
See, I love this because it makes me think about like in our modern world with how busy everything is and we're always like go go go.
Mm-hmm.
Are we like neglecting that part of ourselves a little bit?
It's a good question. I think for a lot of us, probably, yeah.
Because the deck talks about the spectrum.
Right.
Like there's primary selves and there's disowned selves.
Yes.
And I feel like the way that society is, it's almost like being connected to your animal self and like really going with your gut is almost like looked down on a little. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, yeah.
It's like, oh, you should really think that through more. You should really,
Plan it out.
plan
Yeah.
it. You got to like really analyze the situation.
Right.
And I feel like that can really stifle that part of ourselves that's like, no, I have a feeling we got to go do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely. And the way the deck talks about it, a primary self, that's like your default mode.
Yeah, yeah.
It's how you operate most naturally. Front and center,
Yeah.
you lead with that.
But then a disowned self, it's like hiding out in the shadows.
Exactly.
It's the stuff that we're like, oh, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, exactly. Or we might not even be aware of it consciously.
Which I think is fascinating when you think about, like, why do certain people just, like, really push our buttons?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And that actually ties right into this whole thing about primary and disowned selves.
Really?
Often the traits that we have the strongest reactions to in others, whether it's positive or negative,
Yeah.
they're usually reflecting back at us the aspects of ourselves that we've disowned or rejected.
Wow.
It's like, it's like holding up a mirror, but it's not showing us what we want to see necessarily. It's showing us something we might be trying to avoid.
Okay, that's a little mind-blowing, honestly.
Right. It's deep stuff.
So I mean, just to make this really practical, if someone is listening to this and they're like, okay, I think maybe I have a really strong primary animal self, how would that show up in their life? Like, what would that even look like?
Yeah, that's a great question. So someone with a really strong primary animal self, they might be incredibly decisive, you know,
Okay.
like they go with their gut, they trust their instincts, maybe overthinking things.
Right.
They're probably very physically present,
Okay.
grounded in their body, maybe even come across as intense to some people.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But also they could be, on the flip side of that, they might judge others for being too heady or too caught up in their thoughts,
Interesting.
right? Like not trusting their gut enough.
So it's not like it's good or bad.
The guy,
It's like
it's about that balance.
it's about balance.
You
Yeah.
know?
Okay, so then what about the opposite? So someone's listening to this, they're like, you know what? Actually, I think maybe I have a disowned animal self. What would that look like?
Well, they might feel ungrounded,
Yeah.
kind of disconnected from their body.
Right.
They might constantly second guess their instincts like, did I read that situation right? Should I have said that thing?
Yeah, yeah, always in their head about it.
Exactly. And you know what? They might judge others who seem really comfortable expressing their more primal side.
Right, like, oh, they're so impulsive.
Yes, exactly. They're so wild, or, you know, they just act without thinking.
Yeah.
But really, it might be that they're envious of that freedom.
Right, that they're not allowing themselves.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's a lot to think about.
Yeah, no, it really is. And I think, especially as we head deeper into November, it is a time when things naturally turn inward, right? Like that's just the energy of the season.
It is. It's a time for reflection, for going inward.
And so maybe it's like the perfect time to kind of reconnect with that animal self a little bit.
Yeah, I like that. Because it's not about being ruled by our instincts,
Right.
but it's about understanding them, listening to them, and integrating them in a healthy way.
Finding that balance again.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, I'm telling you, this has been so insightful.
It's fascinating stuff.
It really is. And I love this idea of animal medicine.
Yeah,
Because I think it's such a cool way to kind of like visualize and connect with these different energies.
totally. And to call on them when we need them,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, exactly. So as we kind of wrap up here, I want to leave our listeners with a little bit of homework.
Okay.
Okay, everyone listening, think about this. What is an animal that you feel like really embodies your instinctual nature right now?
That's good.
And is that a primary self for you, or is that something you've been neglecting a little bit?
Oh, I like that.
Because, this is the perfect time of year to be thinking about it.
It is.
So give it some thought.
Yeah. Journal on it.
Yeah.
See what comes up.
And until next time, happy November, everybody.
Happy November.